What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review an EP by American rock band All Time Low. Basically, this particular product is called Put Up or Shut Up, and it came out in the summer of 2006. Now, within Fair's about here, as far as these pitches going to have, in particular, this band has some hit type appeals, pitches like that within some stuff, variety as far as aspects going to go. Within the pitch, for saying they have similarities to Fall Out Boy, particular bands like Trapped and Papa Roach, some stuff pitch amongst it. Kind of a good trace of mid 2000s kind of pop punk as that Fair started to evolve past, like particular Good Charlotte and Blink 182 pitch like that. So it's within these hit type appeals as far as saying within the aspects as far as the Fair is going to have them. Was the pitch as far as saying Fall Out Boy was kind of crested around this time like the mid 2000s with like From Under the Cork Tree and some of these stuff pitched amongst it. But it's kind of the Fair within the pitch, like the aspect amongst like All Time Low within these aspects as far as the Fair kind of happens. They did have a number, like a string of like charting type singles pitched like that kind of happened within like the mid 2000s. Throughout the 2000s and 2010s pitch like that was within the appeal as far as saying paying attention to like the products that they seemingly didn't get too many of like the full bound kind of crossover type songs within pitch like that. There was at least one, Damned If I Do You, Damned If I Don't within these pitches, which I reviewed that particular album. So it's within the pitch as far as saying particularly I have reviewed a couple of All Time Low type albums pitches like that, the 2007, 2009 type one, but these are not going to surface for a decent while within these pitches, possibly into 2027 or further pitches like that. But it's the Fair as far as saying, got to a couple of these, so these are going to start to get within the aspect of getting out the pipeline and something that Fair as far as the pitch absence within the appeal as far as saying some banging typeness getting towards it here, but the pitch as far as saying, particularly there were like 5 songs on this product within these pitches that were on the party scene from 2005 as far as this first album, the previous album to So Wrong Is Right from 2007. Within the pitch, this is kind of a stopgap within these pitches. I am reviewing the iTunes Deluxe on here, which has 9 songs pitched like that. So it's within Fair's part saying there's 7 on the regular type version. Was the pitch as far as saying 5 of those 7 are songs that were also from the party scene from 2005. So it's kind of pitch. It's kind of figured to go ahead and review the new type stuff on here as well within these type pitches. Not to say as if I wouldn't, but the Fair as far as saying some banging typeness getting towards it here. So it's the aspects as far as saying good breakout type Fair. The pitch within this album as far as saying within these products as far as paying attention towards it has the aspect as far as getting towards like the aspect of like this has like some gulag type fashions with like some city square type stress. So it's kind of pitch as far as saying this is kind of the product of this kind of a social spark within this particular Fair amongst this kind of pitch of this kind of within the variety like skate park type Fair and pitches like that. Since the Fair is definitely within punk kind of habitats and pitches like that. Since the Fair is amongst it was this kind of pitch as far as paying attention like the variety that has that within like a kind of popish kind of aspect as well. So it's kind of pitch, just kind of something that feels like Blink 182 would kind of do it, but just kind of more within the aspect, less kind of romping and less kind of particular like less kind of romping and less kind of just less kind of romping and less frolic and more with the aspect of more station kind of conduct to figure out the next modes, where it's like a city square type post up pitches like that. Since the Fairs have like some Fritos pitch like that, have gal around pitch like that, get some smokage and y'all systems pitch like that. Since the Fairs are just kind of car sitting type Fair and just the aspects like the gulag type fashion and just kind of the dredge type factor. So not quite as breakneck within those pitches as Blink 182, but kind of within pitch like that relative type variety as far as just saying within the aspect within like the tone of just something that's kind of like that with just the pitch of just more joyriding kind of pitches within Sunset Fairs. So it's just kind of tone amongst that, but within these type fairs, it's a good nice house party type bang on here. It's a good nice pitch within like a playlist where you'd have a song by Fall Out Boy like Dance Dance. One of those house party type bangs has at least 1 or 2 of those type ones on here within Sunset pitch. I like to collect as far as those first emphasis within pitch as far as saying the product kind of amongst it. Good social type aspects on here, just a little bit froggier within the aspect. Even Fall Out Boy had a little bit more Fall Out Boy had a little bit more romanticness compared to like the From Under the Cork Tree pitch like that. A little bit more punk kind of heartthrob pitches like that. This particular one's kind of more. This one has romanticness on here as well within these pitches, but it's just kind of more within the motion, like the phrase and the goings on as far as these pitches go. So it's just kind of product what. Then certain type fashions that has the Fair beans and car sitting type ones, but it's just kind of missed the product of like let's figure out some shit to kind of get towards the product of pushing forth within pitch like that. Since their price is pitched like that, but it's kind of Fair, good nice products amongst it. It's good jostle about this. Good jostle amongst this album, good sense of direction as far as this specific album. It's not to say as if other punk type albums don't have that, but this kind of pitch just has like the particular product, just motions of how it's of digest in their head as far as this specific album. So it's pitched like that, but paying attention towards it. But the only fear about this album within these pitches within products is just just didn't have a single as far as these aspects can have. Other than that, particularly the reception was pretty large on here. This EP sold over 60,000 copies, so it's within pitch had a relative kind of delight factor amongst it, which is interesting considering the fair that at least back besides like the iTunes edition, there was really only more or less 2 type songs in these pitches. So it's kind of fair. Now I have not listened to the party scene from 2005, but it says that 5 of these tracks, Wikipedia says that 5 of these songs are re-recordings from the party scene. So I don't know if it's within pitch as far as saying that they have any sort of difference, or if it's just the aspect that they just took 5 of those songs and threw them on here as far as this pitch. I'm not as full unsure. My Not sure when I'm going to review the party scene from 2005 either. It's probably pitched, probably wouldn't be within the aspect of its schedule, probably wouldn't be for a decent, considerable while within these pitch, but still within the variety for saying some degree of those aspects just within the pitch, but it's just some good fairs, hit type album pitch like that. But yeah, I recommend all 9 songs off this album, including the 2 on the deluxe edition, so it's 10 out of 10 within pitch like that. Just being able to say within those fanfares as far as those pitch amps. The most popular song according to Spotify is Coffee Shop Soundtrack as far as these fairs can go. It's got nice pitches here. It's like an on the evening scene, kind of basic dredge and punk stretcher kind of get towards here pitch like that. Just joyride type song I'd definitely say. Have like a 7-up. Have like a 7-up and like the cup holder pitch like that. Since the fries is pitched like that kind of within the fair. So it's kind of pitch of like kind of feeling the Ferris the next mode as far as these pitch can have, but this kind of it would get to like the grafting of like a post up as far as these pitch can have with this like the product of figuring out activities within the fair like primetime type hours that are not as much homebound pitch like this. So it's kind of fair where it would be just city square type product or just in town type frolics concrete jungle type fair pitch like that. Go by like a smoke bar so some place pitch like that, but just within the joyride type aspect within the fair, just like the Galvant. Some of these other type ones on here pitch like that, particularly the party scene's a real hitting type one off of like recollect from like the recollect from the hit fairs the 2005 album seemingly pitched like that, but this is like a quality kind of emo house party kind of bang to get towards here to good variety with like Dance Dance by Fall Out Boy pitch like that. Same playlist that particular song would be in, to go ahead and throw this one in there with pitch like that, just a flaring up tune definitely I'd say, just get some nachos going pitch like that. So it's just within the variety, just more posted up with like the fairs like that, since the pitches just kind of good mingle type factors, some type aspects. Good brewer pitches like that, just kind of a nice brewer within pitch like that as the fire of the night starts to get towards the product of it with some of these type hit type feels pitches like that. But the fair as far as saying, yeah, definite kind of blue cup white noise as far as these fairs go. So excellent type pitches, paying attention to like the product of it pitch like that, hit type appeals I'd say. Coffee shop acoustics, a hitting type one as well, good pitch like that. It's like a solid kind of neighborhood stroll and extra thought to kind of get towards here pitch like that. So it's not, this one has differential type tone for like the pitch, not just because it's acoustic, but just the fiber of the particular song and the approach is pretty candidly different from like the fair coffee shop soundtrack, the original. The coffee shop original is kind of with the pitch of like a more gulag type one with the pitch of just commerce and kind of beelining for like some activity. This particular one's kind of within the pitch of like this more on foot type fair, just extra thought, just kind of, this has like a dope kind of punk auto tune radio type appeal about it pitch like that. So it's within variety as far as saying this snack run type fair, picking up Fritos, sense type aspects pitch like that, figure out like an aspect, pick up like a Spotify gift card for Galveston to pitch among, pick up like a Spotify gift card for Galveston to pitch amongst the good varieties like that. It's roundabout kind of struts and some stuff pitches, so good nice fairs. Yeah, definitely has some radio type bangers. I'm kind of guessing within these pitches that coffee shop soundtrack might have been a single within some stuff fairs, but it's just good nice pitch, kind of get some of these type products. Nice kind of emo drop in a pop locket, in particular like nice kind of particular drop in a pop locket and dot curve type fair as far as these pitch can happen. Accent type fairs. JC Ray acoustics, a hitting type one as well. It's like a porch reflecting quality kind of lengthy catch up to get towards here with particular diva and folks for these fairs can happen. Just fairs like that's wild since the pitch is really not so much being goofy about it, but just kind of bewildered type mode pitch like that, just kind of wild type taken aback type fair pitch like that. Just have like Sundays pitch like that, get some hard ciders going, some stuff pitch amongst a good nice variety. So just one good nice pitches of like never shout never type vibes and pitch like that, just amongst like something that's kind of like Hey There Delilah, but just more within like an evening type setting pitch like that. Some stuff versus kind of more orangey type skies, more so than pink morning type skies pitch like that, but hit type appeals. Breakout is banging as well within these aspects, like a great rush hour kind of breakthrough and routine kind of city square type rush, get towards here pitch like that. Smoke one to this as far as these fifths can have within pitch. This one goes in combo pretty well with coffee shop soundtrack as far as these fifths can have, just kind of the aspect like particular. Then these aspects happy to be done pitch like that, since the fair is just the traditional type factor like the usual type release and relief as far as these fairs can happen. But within the fair, as far as talking about city square type products, just the aspect of hacky sack type fair and pitch like that, the standard mean type product, phone dive as far as these pitch can happen, just within the product, just recent goings on and time waste as far as these pitch can happen. But yeah, definitely smoke one within the legality of a pitch like that, not to have like fines and pitch like that, but just probably just behind buildings and stuff. Fairs good aspects like that. The girls are straight up hustlers, a hitting type one as well with these pitches, like an excellent kind of Blink 182 and Sugar Ray type drift along as far as these fairs gonna go. Definitely reminds like those early 2000s type days. Throwback kind of pop punk here within those type senses, nostalgic type sense from like prime of like the early 2000s pitch like that. Just some erranding kind of get towards. Feels like Mark Hoppus should show up on the song at any moment as far as these fairs can happen. Definitely within those fairs for the park can have some good banging typeness. JC Ray's hitting type one, the original one here is like a dope factory kind of punk romp to get and free bass as far as these fairs can go. So this within pitch as far as saying same type products. It's a car sit type song. I'd definitely say catch up with folks as far as these fairs can have and just get some laughs going. Definitely within these aspects within the stupidness type fair, just memes within gallon type load pitch like that as far as those fairs can have excellent type pitches. Just some chocolate pretzels. Some chocolate and yogurt covered pretzels to have for gallon yourself within pitch like that. Just a good gaze type song as far as these pitch can have. Sun gaze, particular romantic gaze pitch like that. So this type of feels just connect type fair within pitch of this punk type. This particular set aside with this like kickback type. Good, nice, more lax kind of set aside as far as these fairs can have. So within pitch as far as saying the particular products amongst it. It's kind of the fair like the usual primetime type product of a good of the portion of this album pitch like that. But within hit type feels it just more being anchored for a spell as far as these pitch games. Hit type varieties pitch like that. Running from lines is a quality one as well with these pitches, like a pacey kind of gulag breakthrough to get here. Just nice foot tap, I'd say. Nice bass guitar type thump pitch like that. Just everyday. Nice bass guitar kind of foot tap every day, I'd say. Pitch like that. Just feeling sparky. Definitely with these fairs kind of have like some products that heading towards like some plazas and fairs like that. Shopping strip type malls pitch like that. Sense of prices to product to like congregate and aspects like that. Get some Fritos busted open. Sense the fairs pitch like that. Definitely feeling sparky and chat as far as these fairs can have with the pitch. I just like the product getting some hacky sack going, pitch like that. Just good, nice phone set of things to kind of spill out as far as those fairs can have. Just kind of product to like some, got some funny type shit to say, pitch like that. It's kind of product to like usual type. Full tank of gab within things that pitches within the product to like the recent rhetoric and fairs like that that's been going on. So pitch like that, since hit type appeals. Low buys, the hitting type one as well. Good pitch like that. I think it's the last one I haven't talked about on here. Some of these type pitches, like a solid kind of gripping punk dredge you kind of get here. Some of these type pitches, this parking lot kind of being real and relates as far as these fairs going to go. Just kind of smoke one of this. Some of these type fairs just have some donuts for gallon on top of that. Some of these type price within the pitch. It's the relative blase type factor within the pitch, but this kind of product of being personable, being real, pitch like that is kind of hit type feels. The connect type factor is not within the strict type concept of just joshing pitch like that. So hit type price for us, those pitch can have and smoke one. Some of these type fairs within the product of possibly not having to drive. Smoking one of the aspects of whether or not having to drive pitch like that, but yeah, just donuts set aside fairs like that, extra kind of spoils pitch like that, hit type feels with like diva and like diva fits as far as these fairs come. So accent type pitches, homies. There's some good fairs about some of these with like homies and pitches like that as well with these aspects. Definitely songs like the party scene, JC Ray acoustics, and stuff fairs pitches like that, some stuff aspects within tone. Some of these beeline type fairs for like city squares like breakout, and coffee shop soundtracks and stuff pitches. So it's good accent variety as far as these pitches have with the aspect here, 10 out of 10 album. So this score is going to go ahead and get. Now within the fair, I want to say within these pitches that possibly coffee shop soundtrack was the single. It's the most popular song according to Spotify within these pitches. I want to say the acoustic type one. Now, actually within these pitches, JC Ray, the second most popular song and the third most popular song is JC Ray and JC Ray acoustic as far as this pitch can have, with actually JC Ray acoustic being the second most popular off the album. So second most popular off the album according to Spotify. So it's within pitch for us saying that particular song, JC Ray is just like free bass type fair, similar to Blink 182 pitch like that. So some of these type ones. So it's within pitch as far as saying some of these type ones that just had the aspect of like the post-hour type fair pitch like that, sensitive price, that just the aspects of the wrap-up type of things, but it's kind of pitch as far as saying it's not so much within product to like the flip mode type fair as far as this pitch can within like the product of it being 5:15, 5:30. It's more miss like the pitch of like the prime time type shift as far as like the next type modes. Now, it really doesn't even feel like it's like 9 o'clock and 10:30 at night pitch like that. It's more kind of within variety possibly being done with more of like a kind of mid-late afternoon type fair being done for the day within these type fairs like 2:30, 2:45, 3:15, some of these type pitches, and just figuring out the modes of kind of getting towards like some Gallivant, where there's some strip mall type noise, shopping mall kind of city square typeness, and plazas pitch like that, some stuff price to have like hacky sack and some stuff fairs, burritos going, some stuff pitches, and probably just phone diving and standard BS and T as far as this pitch happens. So within pitch, as far as saying with the product kind of it, good car sitting type songs on here for gallon pitch like that. Sends to fairs pick up like Sunday, sends to pitches. Some of type aspects of the tone as far as these pitch kind of happens. Some drift along. Occasional Aaron type song on here, a couple house party type bangs, then pitches like that, like the party scene, and kind of more or less like I would say the party scene, and I would say running from Lions pitches like that as far as these varieties can have. So then pitch as far as saying hit type peels, good products as far as those pitches can. So within the pitch as far as paying attention towards here within the aspect, yeah, I would say 10 social within these aspects, just the bang typeness. The only reason why I wouldn't is just the fair of it pop. Not that much seemingly original pitches like that, and it's also within varieties as far as saying that within the aspect it doesn't have the semen kind of promotion on here, but other than that, it's basically a 10 within those pitches. The quality is definitely on here. It's just the pitch of whether or not that 5 out of supposed 9 of these songs on here would kind of be within pitch. But if it's different from like the tone of like the party scene from 2005, it definitely would probably be more full bound. If 5 of these songs are repeat type songs pitched like that, and you're really only getting like 4 new songs, 2 of which are on the iTunes Deluxe, I'd probably say maybe like a 9 or an 8.75 within pitch like the social score. But other than that, the quality is definitely on here. So it's pitched like that. But just to be able to say within those pitches, good, nice fares. So in terms of feature, like within these pitches, all-time low within these aspects. They dropped an album in 2025, pitched like that. So they have some recent type ordeals since the pitches. But yeah, like I said, some of these type ones are in the pipeline as far as these supposed to come. I'm not sure if it's going to happen like in the immediate kind of suddenness, but it is the fairest part saying they have been. They do have the product to some degree of composition, pitch like that. So some hit type PLs aspect here. If there's more original type factors amongst this product, it's definitely the worthwhile to the purchase type factor. But even with some of these type ones, I would say at least 3. I would at least say that the 4 new songs within the pitches that are confirmed to be full bound type new are pretty worth it as well with these pitches. So some banging typeness kind of product. Either way, it's kind of like a stopgap within these pitches, kind of the product kind of up at. But definitely some good city square and kind of hacky sack type B-lines for also like some punk kind of like gulag typeness, kind of just get done with things, enjoy it, have some car sit type connect with gal and folks like that as far as this pitch can happen.